name's Darlene and I have Parkinson's. Well, I thought I'd tell you the results of when I went to the doctor this morning. He took an x ray. Same guy as did the surgery, and he said actually that my surgery was very good, that it was still all in place and everything was looking very good. That being said, we don't know what's causing the pain, but he said it's more than likely because this week we started that new exercise program where I'm doing the squats and the leg raises. And he said more than likely that was just too much for my body to handle, which just seems so silly because it's not even, I hate to even call it exercise because it's just like, 10 marching in place and, a few squats. But anyway, he said no. So he said he'll do a phone consult in 3 weeks. And if this hasn't gone away on its own after I stop doing those squats, then he'll have to look into it further. But he said that he thinks that it's just either arthritis that's gone right into the joint or it's just simply muscle strain from these exercises. So that would be an easy cure. That would be right up my alley, be to be able to say I don't want to do the exercises. But in the same token, I do know that they're good for me, but they're not good for me if it's going to cause a problem. So that said, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow his advice, not do those exercises. I'll do arm exercises and a few other things like that. And that'll be good. Now, as far as the dip goes that we made the other day, wow, good. Very, very good. Um, Unfortunately, I made a huge mess. If you could have possibly seen, I was covered in icing sugar. The floor was covered in icing sugar. I had icing sugar all over the table. Bill and I were frantically trying to clean it up before Claudine got home. We got most of it done. Well, even today when we took the wheelchair apart, not apart, we just collapsed it down to put it in the car to go to the doctor's, there was still icing sugar in obscure places that we hadn't seen before. So I'm telling you, it's crazy. The other thing that was suggested was that I am being too busy. So I tend to, I feel the need to keep doing things to the exclusion of eating, to the exclusion of drinking enough water, and I just keep working. And Claudine has told me to stop many times, and she says it's a lunacy. Like, you're doing way too much. So I'm going to have to take that advice because to slow down because I want to be here for my kids for as long as I can be, and that's one of the things that may be a detriment for that. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit and see what goes. Um, but when I was on one of my frenzies last night or yesterday during the day, I cleaned out the bottom, not of the small deep freeze, but of the deep freeze that's on your refrigerator. So this one is on the bottom and it has a pull-out drawer. And I got it all organized and whatnot. And in the midst of it all, I found the bag you put your vegetables in? Well, I found the whole thing like that, full. What is on my arm? What happens? Is that dirt or a bruise? I don't know if that's a dirt or a bruise. Better go wash. Anywho, I found a whole bag full of popsicles. Like, I mean, loose popsicles from different boxes, and I put them in. I gathered up a whole bag full. This one is delightful. I love popsicles. That's my real popsicles and ice cream. That's my big downfall. But I love popsicles. Now my fingers are very hard for me to hold, so I've got a plate. Look at that, orange. Yum. Oops. So we just put mine on a plate so that it doesn't melt all over the place, and that's what I've done there. I've got it there on the plate. So I've got plenty of popsicles to do, and we're just having leftovers for supper tonight. Tomorrow's my day for cooking. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to make, we have these pork cutlets that are already cooked. We got them at Costco. And I'm going to warm up, so we'll put them in a fry pan and get them warmed up. And I'm going to do potatoes and corn, and that will be good enough. So that's what I'm going to do there. This weekend is our birthday party. So I was going to pre-cook a batch of homemade beans to use in the chili that I'm making. Claudia says, that's a perfect example, Mom, of not slowing down. Why do you have to make your own beans? You can buy a can of beans. And I said, well, I just think it's more homemade and from scratch if I do it myself. And she said, yes, it is. But she said, those are the things you have to give up. You can't make everything from scratch. Let somebody else make the beans for you. Buy the cans of beans and put them into the chili. It'd still be your chili. So I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm not making the homemade beans. But, you know, I can't do all the things that I used to do, and I have to realize that. And I'm having a hard struggle with realizing it. So, anyway, I'm going to not prattle too long today because I got up very early this morning to get ready to go to the doctor's office, and I did try to lie down a little bit this afternoon, but didn't work, so I got right back up. And so I'm sitting here waiting. What it must be close to meds, a half an hour away from meds. So I'm sitting very still because I haven't got much movement. So I'm going to enjoy the fact that I'm sitting still for a few minutes, and then I will take my meds at 4. Hopefully they work, and I'll be ready for dinner. All right. Okay. I'm going to talk to you. No, I'm not going to talk to you later tonight. I'm going to just say good night now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.